What's going on, Falcons fans? Logan here. Welcome back to Rise Up Rundown, and if you're new here, welcome. It's good to be back after my break. I hope you all are doing well, and football season is really close. Or at least it should be, because the coronavirus, at this point, I just don't know if it's going to end. I keep hearing that it's going to go away, and then I also hear that it's getting stronger. It's like, oh my gosh, I don't even know what to make of it at this point. I just kind of have to hope and pray that it goes away. But anyway, hopefully football season happens, and for this video, I'm going to have my 2020 Atlanta Falcons schedule predictions 2.0. And the more I look at the Falcons schedule, the more I realize that this is a tough schedule. You are in denial as a Falcons fan. If you actually seriously think that this schedule is not that bad, no, this is a tough schedule. But I don't think it's going to be enough to kick the Falcons out of playoffs. Barely, that is. I think the Falcons will barely pull it out. Kind of a spoiler alert to what I think is going to happen for the 2020 Atlanta Falcons. But anyway, let's go over it really briefly, starting with the Week 1 matchup versus the Seattle Seahawks. Finally, we have a home opener to start the season since 2016. Now, the Falcons never really do start the season off well. Even in 2017 when we won, we barely did. But yeah, we usually never really have a lot of luck Week 1. Also noting that the Seahawks are a tough team as long as you have Pete Carroll and Russell Wilson. I caught a lot of flack from Falcons fans in my previous schedule predictions video that I said we were going to lose to the Seahawks Week 1. I had one guy tell me you're not a real fan if you predict the Falcons to lose Week 1. What? That was a ridiculous take, more than supposedly my Week 1 loss take. But anyway, I actually am still going to say we lose this game, believe it or not. I just can't really doubt Russell Wilson and Pete Carroll just yet. They are a good team. The Falcons never really do start the season off right. Even though I think the home crowd is going to have a lot to look forward to with the new jerseys and Todd Gurley and Hayden Hurst, Dante Fowler, I just can't doubt the Seahawks yet. I'm going to give the Seahawks a win, so we start 0-1. Then, after that, we have to play the Cowboys Week 2 at Dallas. Last time I said we're going to win this game, actually I think we're going to lose this game this time. This is a tough one. You have to play at Dallas. You never really can win with that obnoxious home crowd. I mean, you can, but it's just going to be hard. And the Cowboys, I don't know if they're necessarily an elite team, but they have a pretty good roster. Quarterback is the only question mark, but they have a good team. I think the Cowboys are going to beat us here. I think the Falcons will start the season off a little rough. Then after that, they have to play the Chicago Bears at home. This is an easy win. We get the dub here. I was always in the belief at first that the Bears were a sleeper playoff team. They just need to fix the quarterback situation, and they're good. And they bring in Nick Foles. So their quarterback situation is Nick Foles and Mitch Trubisky. Yeah, I think the Falcons are going to win this game. Then Week 4 versus the Green Bay Packers Monday night at Green Bay. First off, Green Bay and Lambeau Field is one of the hardest places to play in. Now, I will say, at least it's not snowing. If it was snowing, the Falcons would for sure lose this game. I'm sorry. But, second off, the Packers, they have a good offense, I guess. The defense, I have my concerns, but I actually do think we lose this game. Lambeau Field is pretty tough. I don't really know if we're going to start the season off well. This kind of looks familiar, right? Like the Falcons are starting the season off pretty rough. Then we have to play the Carolina Panthers at home. Easy dub. First off, we always beat the Panthers, especially at home. The last time we even lost to the Panthers at home was 2014. So, yeah, I think we're going to win this one. And then also the Panthers are rebuilding. The team is just straight trash. By the way, I hate the Panthers. Screw Panthers. Anyway, then Week 6, we got to play the Minnesota Vikings. Literally, I have lost hope that the Falcons are ever going to beat the Vikings. So I don't think we're going to win this one. And it's also in Minnesota, so that's a tough one. Then we have to play the Detroit Lions. I think we win this one. The Detroit Lions aren't really the best team. A lot of people I feel like are kind of higher on them than, I am. I personally don't really see it. I mean, yeah, they're a tough team to play. They usually keep it close. I just don't quite see it on paper. I don't know. I'm not as high on this Detroit team. I think the Falcons will win this one, especially that they're home. Then, Thursday night versus the Carolina Panthers. This should be a good one. I feel like this is actually going to be a tough game. Not only is it a divisional game, but also it's a Thursday night game. The Falcons are on the road. I would say the Panthers have home field advantage, but I mean, the Panthers are going to suck this year. There's not really going to be a lot of people there, and even if there's any fans in the stadium for the coronavirus, and not that the Panthers really had a good home field advantage anyway, but I think the Falcons do win this game. It's just kind of tough to say the Falcons will actually lose in these situations. Then they play the Denver Broncos. I have been a little higher on this team recently. I used to kind of always think the Broncos were hyped up every year, but the problem is that they never have a good quarterback, and it is kind of the same situation here. But Drew Lock is a little better than the other options they had previously. But anyway, I do think we win this game, and it shouldn't be as tough as everyone makes it out to be. So, entering the bye week, we should get some rest. And then after that, we have to play the New Orleans Saints. I actually think we win this game. I think it's an upset. I think the Falcons realize they're not like in the best spot to make playoffs at the moment. So, of course, they're going to fight pretty hard. And also, it's the Saints. Like, you can't lose that one. And then, after that, we have to play the Las Vegas Raiders. That one, to me, is an easy dub. I don't really know if we're going to lose that one. After that, we have to play the New Orleans Saints at home. And sadly, I'm going to have to say the Falcons lose this one. I feel like the Falcons recently haven't really been the best versus the New Orleans Saints in Atlanta for whatever reason. And also the Falcons and Saints usually split the series every year. It's kind of hard to imagine the Falcons, unfortunately, would sweep them. But, yeah, that's unfortunate. Then they have to play the Los Angeles Chargers. Come on, that's an easy one. That's a dub. And then after that, they have to play the Tampa Bay Buccaneers with Tom Brady instead of Jameis Winston. But I do think we win this one. The Falcons realize they need to make the playoffs. So they're going to want to try and win this one. And also, it's Tom Brady. They don't want to lose to Tom Brady again. So they're going to try and win this one. Then they have to play the Kansas City Chiefs. Literally no chance. The Chiefs are too strong. And then after that, we have to play the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And an upset. I actually think the Falcons overall grab themselves 10 wins to make the playoffs. I've made my case clear that I don't know if the Bucs are going to be that good. Will they probably have like at least 7 to 9 wins? Yeah, but I don't know if they're going to be as good as everyone's making them out to be. I think we do get the win here. So 10-6, that should be enough for the playoffs. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Other than that, I will see you guys this Friday with a video at 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern. Love and appreciate you all for the support. As always, rise up.